We all walk through this life collecting stories, and with those stories come marks. I'm talking about scars. You might have one on your knee from a childhood fall, a tiny silver line from learning to ride your bike. Maybe you have a mark on your hand from a kitchen accident. These are the scars we can see. They are a part of our physical journey. They tell a story of a moment in time, a lesson learned, a day we will never forget. They are a map of our experiences, etched right there onto our skin for the world to see, or for us to see when we look in the mirror. But what about the other scars? The harsh word that someone said to you. It can be the feeling of being left out or misunderstood. It can be the heavy weight of loss or disappointment. These emotional wounds are just as real as a cut on your skin. They shape us. They influence how we see the world and how we see ourselves. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has these invisible scars. They are a universal part of the human experience we all share. Now, you might look at your own scars, the visible and the invisible, and feel a sting of pain. You might wish they would just disappear. You might want to cover them up to pretend they are not there at all. It is natural to feel that way. Scars are born from moments of hurt after all. They are the evidence that we have been wounded. But I want to invite you to look at them differently. What if we saw them not just as reminders of pain, but as proof of our incredible ability to heal? Every scar tells a story not just of a wound, but of the healing that followed it. Think about it. Your body knew exactly what to do to mend that cut on your knee. It sent everything it had to that spot to close the wound, to protect you, to make you whole again. Your spirit does the exact same thing. When your heart is wounded, it begins the slow and steady work of mending. It is a powerful process. It is a quiet miracle. Those scars, both seen and unseen, are the landmarks of your resilience. They are the beautiful, powerful proof that you have lived, you have been hurt, and you have healed. You are still here. So, let's talk about what these scars really mean. How do we define them in our own lives? For some people, a scar is a constant, nagging reminder of a painful past. When they see it or feel it, they are transported right back to the moment of trauma. The hurt feels fresh all over again. The fear, the anger, the sadness, it all comes rushing back. In this way, a scar can feel like a chain, tethering you to a memory you would rather forget. It can feel like a brand, a mark of something that was done to you, something that was out of your control. This perspective is valid and deserves our compassion. For others, a scar becomes a symbol of survival. It represents a battle that was fought and won. It is a badge of honor. It says, I went through something difficult and I made it to the other side. It is a testament to their strength, their courage, and their will to keep going. Seeing that scar does not bring back the pain, but rather the pride of overcoming it. It's a reminder that they are a survivor. This view transforms a mark of vulnerability into a source of personal power. It is a way of reclaiming your story and telling it on your own terms, with you as the hero. And then there are those who see their scars as simply neutral. They are just a part of the landscape of their body or their life story. A scar on their arm is no more significant than a freckle. A painful memory from the past is just that, a memory, one of many. It does not define them. It does not hold any special power, positive or negative. It is simply a fact of their history, like knowing what street they grew up on. This is also a powerful place to be. It means the wound has healed so completely that it no longer carries an emotional charge. It has been fully integrated into the whole of who they are. The truth is, there is no right or wrong way to view your scars. Your feelings about them can even change over time. A scar that once caused you deep pain might one day become a source of strength. A mark you once celebrated might fade into the background of your life. The meaning is not in the scar itself, but in the meaning you give it. You are the author of your own story. You get to decide what every chapter, every sentence, and every mark means. You hold the power to define your own journey and what you have learned along the way. Now we have to talk about a very dangerous idea. It is a myth that sometimes gets whispered when we talk about strength and survival. It is the idea that real growth comes from violence, that abuse makes you stronger, that being hurt by others is some kind of necessary trial by fire. Let me be as clear as I can be. This is a lie. Hurting people does not help them grow. Causing someone pain is not an act of service. Cruelty is not a tool for building character. It is a tool for breaking spirits. True growth never ever comes from a place of harm inflicted by another person. When someone survives abuse, neglect or violence, they may indeed emerge stronger, more resilient and more compassionate. But we must be very careful about where we give the credit for that strength. That growth is not a gift from the person who hurt them. That strength was not forged by the abuser. It was forged by the survivor in spite of the abuse. It was earned through their own tears, their own courage, and their own incredible will to heal. It is a reclamation of self. It is the spirit choosing to live, to thrive, to find the light even when someone else tried to extinguish it. Think of it like this. If someone comes and burns down your house, you have to find the strength to rebuild. You have to work hard, gather materials, and construct a new shelter, brick by brick. When you're finished, you will have a new home and you will know the depth of your own capability. But you would never thank the person who set the fire for giving you the opportunity to build. The fire was not a gift, it was a destructive act. The rebuilding was your own triumph. The same is true for emotional healing. The harm was the fire. The healing is all your own beautiful hard work. Real growth, the kind that is sustainable and true, comes from a completely different place. It comes from love. It comes from support. It comes from kindness. It blossoms when you are in an environment where you feel safe enough to be vulnerable, to make mistakes and to learn. It happens when someone listens to you without judgment. It happens when you are given the space to reflect, to understand yourself, and to practice self-compassion. Pain is an unavoidable part of life, but it should never be something that is intentionally inflicted upon you by another. So where does our true strength come from, if not from the wounds others give us? It is born in the quiet moments of healing. It is born when you make the choice to be kind to yourself, even when it feels hard. It is born when you reach out to a friend, a family member, or a therapist and say, "I need help." That is an act of incredible strength. Admitting you cannot do it all alone is one of the bravest things a person can do. Strength is not about having no scars. It is about knowing how to tend to your wounds with gentleness and care. Your scars, whether they are on your skin or on your soul, can become your teachers if you let them. They can remind you of how far you have come. They can serve as a map of your own resilience. Look at that mark and say, "I survived this. I healed from this. I am still here." Let it be a reminder not of the pain but of your power to overcome it. Your strength is not the damage that was done to you. Your strength is the love and light you cultivated within yourself to rise above it. That is a power that no one can ever take away from you. The journey of healing is your own. It will have its own timeline and its own path. Be patient with yourself. Some days will be easier than others. On the hard days, remember to offer yourself the same grace and compassion you would offer to a friend. You are worthy of that kindness. You are deserving of that support. Your growth is a testament to your spirit. It is the beautiful result of your commitment to yourself, your willingness to face the darkness, and your courage to continue walking toward the light. Every step you take toward healing is a victory. So, do scars define us? No, we define our scars. You are not the bad things that happen to you. You are not the pain you have felt. You are the love that helps you heal. You are the wisdom you gain from reflection. You are the strength you build by choosing day after day to honor your own journey. You are bigger than your wounds. You are more powerful than your pain. You are, and always will be, the magnificent, resilient, and beautiful author of your own life story. And your next chapter is always waiting to be written.